Hey everyone, imagine I said that Christians believe that David Wood is a part of the Trinity. You know, he's the third person in the Trinity. Or imagine I said something ludicrous is now actually, you know what? Christians believe in 4 or 5 persons within the Trinity, and David Wood is one of those persons. That would be ridiculous. And as a Muslim, I would expect my fellow Muslims to correct me, to say, you know what, you've got it wrong here. This is disingenuous. You're misrepresenting Christianity and you're doing a harm to Islam and Muslims. Now, Christians, where am I going with this? Stay tuned.
What Islam teaches about Muhammad. Muhammad is the pattern of conduct for Muslims. Surah 33, verse 21 of the Quran. Muhammad was the seal of the prophets. Their understanding of what that meant changed over time, but now Muslims believe that it means that Muhammad was the last prophet of all. Muhammad was the seal of the prophets. Their understanding of what that meant changed over time, but now Muslims believe that it means that Muhammad was the last prophet of all.
What I'm asking here is for everyone to think critically. Based on what David Wood just said, he made a claim. He said, Muslims perhaps in the early stages, they never actually believed that the Prophet Muhammad, peace and blessings be upon him, was the last and final messenger. Now, this, you have to know, this is an absolutely bogus claim. In fact, there is a recent contemporary group that has basically been humiliated online called the Qadianis that have actually tried to uphold this claim. And they came about 1,200 years later or more. I think I assume many Christians would be genuine and just say, you know what? No, David Wood, he got it wrong here. He's just exaggerating. I think David Wood obviously gets it wrong in many areas, but I'm not going to ask you to do that today. I just want you to think critically and say, did David Wood make a mistake in this area? Or can you say, David Wood, sometimes he makes mistakes? Look, just to be consistent, in the Muslim community, in the inter-Sunni Muslim community, we see Muslim speakers online often correct each other, advise each other, make clarifications to each other. Even sometimes it seems like they're going overboard. It's almost like nitpicking or vulture culture. But you know what? Even though sometimes I think it does go overboard, I will say there is an advantage. It can be advantageous at times, and it shows, number one, that there is an intention, a sincere intention to want to uphold the truth first and foremost before an allegiance to personalities. And the second advantage is the idea of checks and balances in the community. Checks and balances. So Christians, you're not going to get anywhere closer to the truth by misrepresenting Muslims. So I would just say, again, take a look at some of David Wood's claims in depth, in detail. Think about it objectively, critically, and say, is everything that this man says correct? Or do you want to treat him like a prophet? Is he a god? And I'm just obviously exaggerating. We know he's not part of the Trinity, but if he makes mistakes, why can't you call out those mistakes? What's wrong with that? Take care.